Aloha and welcome to Live at the Legislature, where each week during the legislative session we give you a chance to hear directly from state senators about what's going on here at the Capitol. As we enter the final 2 weeks of session, senators are deep in conference, figuring out what is going to survive the last push of the session. At the same time, they're beginning to look back at what maybe they could have done better and look ahead at what's in the future. Joining us today is freshman Senator Sharon Moriwaki, who represents the dynamic Kaka'ako Ala Moana Waikiki corridor, as well as Mo'ili'ili and McCully. Aloha, Senator.
Aloha.
Thank you for being here. This was your first session as a legislator, but you brought some broad experience as a community organizer and as a manager. Was there any, looking back, is there anything about the session that surprised you?
You know, from the other side, it's really different. You're advocating for your thing, right? Whether it's kaka'ako and high rises and so forth. On this side, inside, I see how hard it is for my colleagues, myself now, because you have so many issues and so many stakeholders, and they're different. And so I think what I've learned is compromise. It's looking at listening to a lot of different viewpoints, which you don't have to do when you're on the other side, and how hard it is. I mean, I really see my colleagues as very hardworking. It's fast-paced. You've got to think fast. So a lot of preparation goes into to the work we do. So, yeah.
The session doesn't seem as long as it does from the outside, does it?
No, it's very fast. It's so fast. It's amazing. It's amazing how fast everything moves. And I commend the chairs of the committees. They have a lot. I mean, I read a lot. Every night I go, my eyes are hurting. I use all the bills, all the testimonies. And the chairs, I give them credit. They read all of that, and they be able to put together recommendations. They listen to everybody. And, what I tell my peers, people who work with me on the outside, that you've got to submit testimony, you've got to make it clear, because we do read it, and it does make a difference. And I don't think many feel that way. And so they say, well, do something, but, it takes all of us doing something. So learning a lot, really learning a lot. I'm enjoying it because I'm seeing a new perspective on how important it is to be involved.
Is there anything you wish you knew on day one that took you a while to figure out?
Well, I think more prepared. Day one, what did I do?
Because it is kind of a quick transition.
It is so fast, yeah. And I think a lot of work needs to be done preparing for the session. Bills, I put in bills that I thought were important to my community. And you see how it impacts others. So I think a lot of groundwork before the session starts is critical. I think I would have done that better. But we put in bills, some of them still alive so far, but we'll see in the next 2 weeks.
And you did have kind of an unusual experience because you introduced a bill that got a lot of attention, the Waikiki crime.
The street strike.
Yeah. And it got a lot of attention, and it was really huge kind of public sentiment around it before it finally got deferred. But what was that experience like as a freshman?
Let's see. I don't know. I think I wish it would have passed, but I learned compromise. I went to the chair, Senator Rhodes, and I didn't realize the implications of if this went through in Waikiki, it would impact downtown and this area. Where are they going, Sharon? Well, to my district. So, it's not always that easy to say, oh, it's a good idea and we really need to do something. ACLU came out and they had other problems with the bill. But I think what I learned was that all bills that come through come from a problem. So it allows you to have a hearing. It allows you to have the input of many and seeing what could work. And maybe going back now to the drawing board, for example, Mufi Hanneman with the Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association. Well, we'll take that bill. We'll see what we can do to make it maybe across the board. How can we improve that? Because because it is a problem that you've got so many people coming back and getting a slap in the hand from the courts, and they still keep on coming back and assaulting people and constituents as well as the visitors, that we need to do something about it.
And it's something you and I were talking about right before we came on, about how the solutions may seem simple, they may seem clear, but once you get into it.
It's right. You see how it impacts many, and I think that is the job here, is listening to everybody and trying to find a compromise that could at least move it a little further in terms of solving problems we think are very important for the community.
What do you think are the biggest challenges ahead for the state and for your district?
Oh, I think housing. I mean, it's been there for affordable housing, constant. It's here, and we've got to deal with it. I think there are a number of bills going through. I had one to like a rent supplement bill, so it helps those at the lower end not become homeless by giving them rent supplements. On the other side, there's Senator Chang's bill on the Aloha Homes, which will create more homes that are affordable for many more people. That is still alive. I don't know where that will be. And then there are the rental supplement program. So the state is doing its share on putting funds there for the building. There also needs to be a lot put into infrastructure so that we can build and make it cheaper to build. That is, I think, the number one front and center we've got to do something about, full court press, because if not, you have the homeless. And if not, we lose. We're the only Sunbelt state that's losing population. We lose our young and talented people, so that affects our economy. So it really is about housing. And that I think is a major issue. TVRs, short-term rentals, those are also taking housing out of the market. It's all about having a place to live that's secure, safe, affordable, and helping our community to make our have stable communities of people who care.
Well, we're glad to have you working on it, you and Senator Chang and all the senators. And congratulations on wrapping up an effective session. And we'll hope to see you back again next session.
Thank you, Richard.
Ideas. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks to Olela for making this time available. And we'll see you next time live at the legislature.